after squeaking by against a team we had no business squeaking by in a 1-5 Army, we get the victory. We don't move up, but we don't fall back. We stand pat at number 4 in the nation. We got some recruits keeping us at number 1. And as far as interest is concerned, we got one that's got us 2nd and another one that has us 4th. But we also have a few that have committed elsewhere and have locked us out. So it's officially lockout season. So Marcelin ended up having a big game, 2 sacks, 4 tackles, which all happen to be tackles for losses. So he ends up being the American and National Defensive Player of the Week. Duke Willingham, 7 catches, 425 yards, 6 touchdowns, American and National Offensive Player of the Week. And that should catapult him up into the Heisman running candidacy, but we're going to see. We're going to take a peek at that. So as you see it, he's player of the game for our game that week. You got USC versus Washington, big game this week coming up. But let's take a look at that top 25. So top 25, we're number 4, 7-1. Ahead of us is Tennessee, Oregon. Heisman watch. Let's see. So Nadoma, as I imagined, fell out after that poor game, or somewhat poor game. It was a good game, but it was a bad game. But no Willingham, but Marcelin ends up catapulting to number 1 on that Heisman running list. So taking a look at Nadoma's numbers, he's got 31 touchdown passes, 11 picks, 2,700 pass yards. He also has 70 yards rushing with 13 rushing TDs. Willingham has 1,255 yards receiving plus 18 receiving touchdowns. Meeks has 576. Marcelin has 13 sacks. Denard 11. Goggins has 6 picks. Pierce and Lawrence Johnson have 4. So let's check out numbers in the nation and compare Nadoma to see if it's justified him falling completely out of that running. So, okay, so he's not top 5 in passing yards. He is 4th in passing touchdowns, and he has more picks than the other guys that are up there. So I could kind of see it, but still, we just got ways to go. That just means we got to pad our numbers even more. So as far as recruiting, it's time to take a peek at the recruiting. Quincy Priest has committed elsewhere. We knew we were probably going to end up losing out on him. Leroy Nunn as well. I didn't allocate much time towards him. I didn't allocate any time towards him, really. Jamerson Volk is another one. I would have liked to have him, but I mean, he's gone elsewhere. We'll just have to go take a peek at some other prospects. Because again, as these guys start locking us out and start committing elsewhere, we'll have to start building that board back up. Because as you can see with the guys that we've removed, we're back down to 17 targets. And you really can't even say 17. It's really 15 right now because we're keeping BB and Jasmine on the board because we're in hopes that they flip. So technically, we only got 15 of these guys that we could possibly bring in. 13 scholarships offered. So we'll have to rebuild that board. We have a lot of hours to play with as well. So it's about that time of year where we actually have to go out and start scouting some more again. The guys that we have here already have been scouted, but we got to add more people to the board just so we can secure the 15 to 17 commits that we want to nail. So let's see. Kumar, Keenan, they got us pretty high up. Oh, there's another guy that has us locked out in Chubb. So make that 14 targets. Delaro. Let's see. Yeah, go ahead and take Chubb off the board. Get him out of there because we're locked out. And it's Braxton. So I think that's the bottom of the list right there. Braxton. Okay. I like what we got going there. Maybe, let's see, Carl Way. So we got some pretty decent corners on here that we might have a chance at being able to reel in. We just have to go ahead and get their visits scheduled and see if we can get them to commit sooner than later, should I say. So Carl Way. So we got him on the way. We're number one in his interest. We're number one in Braxton's interest as well. So I'm pretty positive on the state of those two prospects as far as that's concerned. Alaro, he could make up for Jamerson Volk if we can get him to commit. So that would make me feel a lot better off of losing out on Jamerson Volk. So with us needing to rebuild that board, we have to take a look at what we need. So let's see, left tackle, left guard. I don't know if I addressed those. Do I have any of those guys? I haven't really been paying attention to that. To my knowledge, what we've got so far is. Wait a minute. I feel like Smalls. I feel like we had Smalls on a board, but he committed elsewhere earlier in the season. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and take a peek at my episodes because I can't even really remember. But if I'm not mistaken, I thought we had Smalls on our board originally, and he either committed somewhere or he locked us out. I'll have to go take a peek at that. But the fact that he's back up there because he was somebody that I really wanted, that's huge. So again, we need tackles, specifically left tackles, but you can always get a right tackle and flip them to left. So tackles are tackles, guards are guards. It is what it is. Guards are kind of centers too, in a sense, when you think about it. Those are all interchangeable pieces. You can move them and their ratings won't drop terrible. If anything, in some instances, they'll go up. So as far as defense is concerned, we need left end, right end, D tackle, left outside linebacker, and middle linebacker. Now, I think a couple of these we have addressed. I don't think I have defensive end addressed. So that's something we'll have to take a peek at. So let's see. And you know me, I love the speed rushers. I don't like the power rusher deal. I like somebody who's got some speed coming off of that edge. But unfortunately, the way EA has their generator set up as far as these prospects are concerned, majority of them are power rushers. You rarely see any speed rushers. And if there are speed rushers, they're way down the list. Okay, we found one. I guess I might have to start targeting some of these power rushers because it's pretty much all they got, really. At least as far as like the higher star athletes, I bet you the speed rushers are way down the list. So we need left outside linebacker and middle linebackers. So, and again, the outside linebackers are interchangeable, just like the tackles are. So if I get a right outside linebacker, I can easily flip him to a left outside linebacker. So that's all good. So we got our targets filled out, 35 of 35. Of course, that doesn't mean we're trying to bring in 35 commits. No, we're not trying to do that. We're just trying to fill the board out. We're going to start scouting, take a peek at these guys, see what is worthy of us allocating hours towards. So let's see, middle linebacker. So he's got 87 acceleration, 89 speed. He's a scholarship offer for sure. We like those speedsters, of course, no matter what the position is. So we got an athlete here. Let's check him out. So speed 85. That's okay. It's pretty average, but it's doable. So we'll offer him a scholarship, allocate some hours towards him. We'll just do 10 for the time being. The guys that are high end on speed will offer more of the more hours towards them. But we don't have much to play with as it is anyways. So go ahead and offer Paul Yearby a scholarship. Okay, so that's gonna be it for the hours of this week, but we'll have to keep track of this. We're gonna have to keep up with this going forward. Josh Small, see, I might have to go back and take a peek at that because I remember us having him on the board and either him committing or locking us out. But the fact that he's back available is clutch. If we can flip him, or if we can get him to commit, that would be huge because that was somebody who was an original target of ours going into this season. So last touches, taking a peek at these guys, see if maybe I want to remove anything and target anybody else. yeah, we'll go ahead and remove those hours for Bradford. We'll come back. We'll revisit it. Even with, I don't know. Do I really want to? Nah, we're going to leave Whitaker alone. But 10, let's see, year B, we're going to remove the friends and family and the DM. And we want to check out some of these other guys. We don't want to just leave. We added a whole bunch of prospects to the board and allocated hours towards just like, to a matter of fact, yeah, we want to go ahead and allocate all this time towards Smalls because we want to get him to commit. We want to get him to lock in. We missed out on him once already in the beginning of the year. I'm pretty sure of it. We don't want to miss out again. So we want to try to get hard sell him and get him to commit to Florida Atlantic. But that's going to be it for this episode. We're going to go ahead and cut it right there. Again, as always, if you're here for the first time or you're returning and you haven't liked or subscribed already, please do so. Click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed with not only this Florida Atlantic Dynasty rebuild, but other college football 25 content as well. Again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. That's been my time. Till next time, peace.